Sly are there? Come in, Sly. Right on, Bentley. So what's the job? Your job is to sneak in and give a letter to Jeremiah Phillips. Sneak in and give a letter to Jeremiah Phillips. Got it. Be careful, Sly. This will be a piece of... What the? You're actually kind of cute. Does your big brother live here, little guy? Can you give this to him? He's gonna need it. Yeah. Toga, it's the middle of the night. What is it? A message in a bottle? I wonder what the message is. Dear Jeremiah Phillips, think you can do a history of the Sly Cooper franchise? Love, name and address withheld. After the string success with the original PlayStation, Sony released the best-selling PS2. With a new console comes new games, such as Naughty Dog's Jak and Daxter, Insomniac's Ratchet and Clank, and newcomer Sucker Punch Productions, founded in 1997, just made their first game Rocket Robot on Wheels in 1999 on the N64, published by Ubisoft of Rayman fame. It was a 3D platformer that was also one of the first games to use a realistic physics engine. It got good reviews upon release. After Rocket's release, Sucker Punch made a deal with Sony to make games for the PS2. They suggested the game to be about a thief that proved to be a natural fit for an action game, as it allows Sucker Punch to make the types of risky terrain and dramatic situations a robber would find himself into. Since raccoons are known as creatures of the night, they made the main character a raccoon. He originally looked like an actual raccoon, but as time would move on, he was made more lanky and more flexible. In September 23rd, 2002, on the PS2, 2 of course, Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonist was released. The game starred Sly Cooper, who was in the long line of master thieves, goes on a road trip along with his buds, Bentley and Murray, to retrieve the Thievius Raccoonist book from the Fiendish Five, while evading Interpol Carmelita. The game was a mix of both action, platform, and stealth elements, with slight arm of only his family cane. It was also known for its use of cel shading, giving the game a look of a cartoon, as well as anime 2D cutscenes. Mix all that with an interesting story, memorable characters, Sly Cooper got very positive reviews from critics, and while it wasn't as successful as Jak or Ratchet, it still manages to be released on PS2's greatest hits. It also won Character of the Year at the 2003 Video Game Awards. 2 years later, on September 14th, 2004, Sly 2 Band of Thieves was released yet again on the PS2. This sees the gang pulling off a string of heists in order to steal back the clockwork parts from a new gang called the Claw Gang. The game ditched the linear level design from the first game in favor of a far more semi-open world approach, and featured Bentley the Brains and Murray the Brawn as playable characters, which would later on become main staples of the franchise. It also featured a more complex plot with many twists and turns. Upon release, the game got strong reviews, and with fans calling it the best in the series. A year later, on September 26, 2005, Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves was released. This time, Sly and the gang must reunite in order to crack Sly's history of stolen treasures. The game is actually similar to the last game, with a few tweaks, while also featuring more minigames, challenges, replay value, and more playable characters, multiplayer, and even 3D glasses. It got good reviews upon release. Also in between were some Sly Cooper comics called The Adventures of Sly Cooper. After Sly 3 was done, Sucker Punch went to the realm of the PS3 and created the infamous games, leaving Sly Cooper and his merry men of mammals behind for quite a few years. That is until 2010, when the 3 Sly games were released on PS3 as part of the Sly collection. as well as appearances on PlayStation Move Heroes and Battle Royale in both 2011 and 2012. And in September of 2013, Sly Cooper: Thieves in Time was released for both PS3 and PS Vita. Since Sucker Punch was working on Infamous, Sandroar Games was in charge this time around. This leaves Sly coming out of retirement to go back in time with his thieving friends in order to repair the Thievius Raccoonus from being erased. It features the same gameplay as the last two games, but updating everything like the designs, the gameplay, the music, the cutscenes, everything. While not as well received as the first three, Sly Floor did still got good reviews upon release. In 2014, Mainframe was in the works of a Sly Cooper movie. However, when 2016's Ratchet & Clank film bombed, it was cancelled, so instead a TV series was announced, but nothing came of it. And since the last game ended on a cliffhanger and Sucker Punch has been not making another Sly game since, things are not looking real good for our thief. Oof. Despite all this, Sly will always be remembered as one of Sony's icons. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. So now what now? Well, let's go from one cute but dangerous character into three cute but dangerous characters.